Yo guys, we're playing the second installment of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator. I hope you guys enjoy the game. This is post credit me, but again, I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to do this for the third time, so hopefully I can get this up today on the YouTube. We edited on the 6th bite, so 6, 7, 8, yeah. I am going to also pull up the, thing. Hold on. Let me... Just give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's properly working. Okay. Yep, it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the answers to the speed around question. If you could just give me 1 second, because I don't remember them still. So, you enter the room and the lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition, via timed competitive cook-off. The level of the theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you fool. Or, no, I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Taylor. I'll be watching your performance. Also, there's going to be several words in this second part of the game that I'm not going to know how to pronounce. But, just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Then, just then... Hold on, I gotta close that. Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Arwoo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anybody was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had a chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress them again. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius. That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winter gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' exact recipe, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices? 11. Oh, God. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're heading in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice that Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Taylor. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing that he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. No, all you think about is Colonel Sanders. God, it gives you half the time. Grrr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. What should you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. You and Colonel Sanders riding together on a gondola. What does that have to do with creating a spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating her elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zipped. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Rrr. You might not have any hands, but Taylor does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing the easy way. When you hear everyone talk... Okay, hold up. Oh my god, all these ads need to go. Yeah. Okay, I'm done with this. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. Taylor, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply cannot go on. Hold on, sorry guys. Look at your hand. You simply cannot go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am, with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Taylor's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his chops as he logs onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Taylor to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese, whatever, a top of slice of honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. I don't know. I really don't know. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. Haha. As he places his sauce-covered finger on his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize your rage feelings. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn into ash. As they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brows, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide it from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. You can just leave me. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I will never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome for sure, but I was born that way. I've walked other paths, and I've arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an okay, for the longest time I thought this was an eye doctor. I just realized that it's, the OBGYN, obstetrician. Yeah, that's what it is. Not saying it right, but it's the baby doctor. It's the one that gets the one out of the womb. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules are so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then what I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders shades his focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. Oh shit! Did not mean to do that. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Gorko! The Spork Monster is here to fight! A hero! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Gorko, my twin. And I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Gorko? Well, we're twins, so not really. We're pretty much the exact equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He already is on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Gorko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention a feeling of... I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Taylor was saying is we can't just... can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just I got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. He drops a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into a creature who stands here before you today. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but still a student at the school. But I was still a student at the school. One day, some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. Gorko used to have a copy of it, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you can find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark magic and evil. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat on them through the sorcery of guile. Like I said, a lot of words I cannot pronounce because I've never seen them written down. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there will be some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Taylor. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders must be like. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Taylor, it looks like... Oh. It looks like you live in such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish, that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or crispy or both, perhaps? Now that you got him right where you want him, should you reveal your new creation to him or just keep it for yourself? Reveal it, of course. I mean, he revealed one of the secret ingredients to you. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Shredded cabbage oh my god. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to this last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room there are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on the item you wish to discover more about Colonel Sanders. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state of a bird is the great state of Kentucky. Tap on another thing to discover more about the Colonel. You gaze out the window across the lake of mountain range beyond. And just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I can just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window, just a crack, and the ghost is soon swept out with a breeze. Tap on an item to discover it. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret ingredients. It's redacted. Tap on an item to discover something about the Colonel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. There's so many more things to discover right now. But I will look at this. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and you find a row of his signatures, white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is just a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look very good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forget to take it off. Fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Taylor? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late in the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Bzzz. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient that you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal, but if the recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you to ask an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him, of course. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is running out the door and getting home. There's still one more day at school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting there for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you, so I got worried about that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... Well, now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know you, little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house as if that's a thing normal people say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you can feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from the distance that they're picking up Pop, though he himself might not even grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick out someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Taylor, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Taylor, how's that hand feeling? Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Your fingernails aren't even that long. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Taylor, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine food. See you inside, Taylor. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. An attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book that you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's a book. It looks like bad news. It's something about I found lying about. It would be some sort of Grimoire? I really don't know how to pronounce it. It's a spell book, but I really don't believe in that magic stuff. A spell book? It looks like a book of spells. I don't know. Who would spend so much time with decorating a magic book if it weren't really that powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the book. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, I'd probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's way oh god, I just spat. That is way drastic. You couldn't do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it, man. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the classroom, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice and makes a quick announcement. I want you all to know that I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and begins breathing quickly. He must be hungry. Reach in for some old homework and give him a snack. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes toward it and gobbles up the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for my outburst. You know, it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies me like ungraded work. My, Taylor, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Taylor, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class, but I miss you. We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble, and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum that we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves this creation behind and behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't distract from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. TM. It was trademarked. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. You see you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby that needs a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I can smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me like that in class in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure that there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clink or anyone else we meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first person to show a little interest in you anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make it a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to go to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of a recipe that you've been working on. Taylor's famous chicken pot pie. But after practicing for months, making this dish comes second to nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, why is it always the cherry blossom petals? Your crib session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Taylor, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing my victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, you lost the cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desire, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. You know, I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards away. That's an oddly specific distance, but you would expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You know it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just the pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, it's burning. No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start to burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved the country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off for a cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has a giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, the rights or copyrights of the original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves that they prepare while they prepare food. This is getting serious. Colonel Sanders spatters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam's furiously injecting ingredients into her itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals and he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastry off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clinks gets in on it. $5 pressure point chicken cooking techniques. Wait, when did Clutch learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Quick. Man quickly unplugs the plank and rolls him out into the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, and you notice Ashley has a spell book out, she's going to use some dark magic to turn the tide. You got a book of your own, and you're desperate to not see her with another battle. So you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's certainly evil magic. Do it the hard way, girl. Come on. Who needs magic when you got the passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Taylor. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Taylor, since we were little kids. I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam's at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into boiling noodles. The secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied. She doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. Where in the world did she get the Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards, and the watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing a pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you got the spell book stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me. Huh. Ha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I always wanted to be the top chef. Actually, you know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You could feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long story and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like the time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and then I woke up. You toss him a serious look. You toss a serious look at Steve, and he takes it the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered a huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon an extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Taylor, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy coursing through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Taylor, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you will ever lay your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have a surprising effect on that surpass the individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment of truth. It's the moment that everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems like we're missing a few students. Pop, clink. From off screen you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Yeah, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, must I say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure it out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after several days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I have made tender udon noodles? I think that's how you pronounce it. Udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate that teeny tiny, whatever, nartukami? I think that's how you would say it. Please don't get mad at me for not knowing how to say it. I spy a float in this itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Ah, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone like to taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And then in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thanks, Taylor, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made... Oh god, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Uni over smooth egg custard and an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Oh my god. Did you skewer onto one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. It's a bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on the account of the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue gets poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction. I can't eat this. Keep poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would be difficult to eat? Dejected Van. Dejected? Van does not go... whatever. Disqualified for glamour. Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last time you heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made Orange Blossom Turkish Delight and a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected with sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd like you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and it's meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? I got toast in your ears or something, Taylor? I told you it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked and did an extremely good job at cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If the class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders are the final cooks, step up the other. Two chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines but closely by sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just then, I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen. You give me this thing? And completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back in its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is completed and everyone has graduated, the students are returned for one more last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did as villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting! Oh no! No ghosts are allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was just a trick to get you guys to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone's together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer everyone to refer to me as my new name, Party Monster. Soon tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is wrapped up talking to the Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know, she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor in the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched on top of his dirty chef hat, a crown. Welcome back, Pop. You know, you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school seat. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my king lady? or Lady King. What an incredible turn of events, and offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he even knows. But either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now. At least I've got so much to do with my own life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpted and then get watched accidentally blown away with a single sneeze. Okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I'm not just of the... I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. And now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. It's time to give them a full meal. I didn't just get the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man, not by reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. This is just a freaking KFC commercial. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Taylor, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few things. It's surely my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. I'll be so glad to spend it together with you. Sweet, and we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found the love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure the sharing him with his other love of his life? His other life, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can roll in a pastry school. Oh, my dear Taylor, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Yay! Okay, but anyway, that's just for if I forgot to do an intro. I don't remember doing an intro. But okay. So, like I always say, if you're watching this on Twitch, go up to the top right. It would be over here. So top right corner, and you'll find all of my social media accounts, my gaming channel on YouTube, my main channel on YouTube, and my Instagram. And then if you are watching this on YouTube, go to the description. You'll find my Twitter, my Instagram, my gaming channel, my main channel, all of that down in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. So bye.